I've got my shorts on and everything.
Sneaky ball!
Sneaky ball, do you want my boys?
Yeah. Well,
Fuck's sake, there's glasses on and all.
We need to celebrate this in style.
What's going on?
Blue Mad Dog with cherry, it's lovely.
Yes, listen, Rangers mammy got me onto this, and we did it for a laugh, and then I'm like, it's actually really nice.
It's lovely.
It's heartburn in a glass.
Aye, that's not my cup of tea anyway.
It's like a cocktail. You can't drink it in the bottle, but put it in a glass, it's nice, or a red Solo cup.
Right, so I'm going to start this off, right, because no word of a lie. You guys had never shown in my For You page, right, until...
We know we don't have a big following because...
Right, it is big, because I've got a tiny following compared to yours, but what I'm saying is you've never appeared on my FYP page until, obviously, I had spoke to yous on my live anthologies, and then I went and watched your videos, and right now, yous are my favourite account, no word of a lie, the video... No, I'm telling you, see to walk through Buchanan Galleries or
Yeah.
Do what you've done, Mrs. That was phenomenal.
She get bigger balls than me.
So one of the ones I tell him to do, and then he comes back and he says, "She's, I can't do it. I just can't do it." So I'm like, right, I'll just need to do it for you because it's his account, and I'm just supposed to be. See, Starkey, right? You and old Alex, you are like Batman and Robin, right? Alex is Batman, you're Robin. I'm meant to be Robin, he's meant to be Batman, and he comes in and goes, I can't do it, and I go, screw it, I'll do it. He's a pure wuss, honestly. I've just got a neck of pure brass, I don't care. I just get over it, just get over yourself, Steph, come on, do it.
No, but it's brilliant. What was the other one I was watching as well? You were covered in mud.
Oh, aye.
You pan out and towel over like a blanket.
That's what biggest feud one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was fucking mental. That one. That was
so like everybody does that one. They all get millions of views. Like literally, I'm not saying hundreds of thousands. They get millions of views. And I went, I'm not jumping in a Kelly. I'm mental, but I'm not going to risk my life. I'm not jumping in the lake or anything like that. So I said, what can I do that's on that sort of part? I'll just cut this horses where we stay. I went, and it's minging. I went, we'll just roll about in the mud, and I'll be like, take a nap there. And then the comment section was like, not the white pillow.
Pillow and all that. What the fuck?
Like, oh my OCD.
Never mind, she's fucking bogging. It's just on the pillow.
The comment section's the best. That's where the party is. Read the comment section. You're savage. We have so much banter in the comment section.
That's brilliant, honestly. And then, honestly, do not ever teach me how to cut cheese ever again. I've had my hand open about 6 times. I'm just telling you.
It's the only way to cut fucking cheese.
No, it's not.
So I use a potato peeler on a block of cheese. I thought it. It's fucking potato, man.
But you nearly peeled your horns like a tatty.
See the amount of hits we got with that because people were like outraged, pure outrage. Because
I think it was real.
It's like the bluntest knife.
This is really how I cut cheese, mate. That's how my thumb's still there because I cut cheese like that. TikTok's mental. It is mental. It's getting to the point. It's getting like what's refreshing is right, and this is why I'm saying it is that every time I don't even scroll anymore, so I don't see anybody new. And the reason I don't scroll anymore is because every time I scroll, somebody's shouting at somebody and somebody's shouting back, and it's just. I'll do a video to come right. So it's refreshing just to open up TikTok and see what it was like when I started. And you guys are watching it.
That is how we try and do it. Like, because we came on this when it started lockdown, do you know what I mean?
But don't get me wrong, I get it.
It's been funny.
It's the Jeremy Kyle show. You sit there with your popcorn and you're like, oh, you're just hooked. Yeah. Right? You're hooked. You want to know what's happening. But
and before you know your 5 profiles in, you're looking at that person's and then you're into somebody else's and then you're like, oh, what did they say? But you lose yourself in that. I've lost 3 others.
But it's not worth it. It's not. It's the way to get. You will get tons of followers because it's like everybody wants to tune in to EastEnders. Do you know what I mean? Everybody wants to know the gossip.
That's the thing. The following for that is crazy. People love to see you ranting if you're Scottish for some reason. I've noticed that. Like,
Definitely.
what if it
You
didn't
can be
necessarily-
Liverpool as well.
Or you can be for Liverpool, I suppose, I know.
You don't need
Well,
Fucking ranters down there.
no,
there's a-
but it's no worth it. And I've said this all my lives, and I'm pals with them all, and I've said this. The people that keep it going for months are know your followers. They're no real followers, right? They don't care. They're mixing it, screen recording, sending it, and they don't care if your next video you're crying, you've got anxiety, if your account gets banned. They don't give a shit about you as a person. Your entertainment, that's it. And you cannot trust somebody you only met for a few months, and it's more backstabbing, and it's out of order. Police are getting involved, social services are getting involved.
I know.
It's mental.
Fucking crazy, man.
Absolutely mental. And see, even if they do get 100,000 followers, what's it all about? Are they going to become an influencer? Are they going to get brand deals? Somebody goes on their account and just sees, oh, drugs, want to tan people's windows, want to fight with each other. Do you think that's what a brand wants to? Smaller accounts will make more money than, it doesn't matter how many followers they get. And I've said that I've been dead up front of my lives about it, but I love them all. They're all it's like Game of Thrones. Everybody's no all black and white. There's a grey area. Everybody's got a bit of good in them. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I don't get involved, but I film that.
That's why I take my clothes off on my videos. So I take all my clothes off my videos, hoping that I'll get a modelling deal. We Gap kids.
Absolutely, the girls love it.
Just honestly, I reckon I can model Gap kids well.
Paul's
I'm 5'6".
daughter absolutely hates it. Paul's daughter put a video up yesterday, and it said in the video, if you're my boyfriend and you think that you're going to meet my dad and he's going to embarrass you, this is what my dad's really like.
No,
What was it?
it was actually cheat on me. So what she's saying is, it's about me. It's about when people say, "Oh, my dad's bigger and stronger and harder than your dad."
Aye.
And what she was basically saying is, "Oh, you're my boyfriend. You're my boyfriend. You're going to cheat on me. Well, meet my dad." And then it fast forwarded to me and a bra.
It's Paul wearing a bow on his head with a bra on and a denim
Brilliant.
jacket, just loving life. And
Aye.
she's like, "This is my dad."
Brilliant.
I love that.
Brilliant.
I love it.
But aye.
So, like, do your kids, do they love that you're on TikTok?
Abby will tell you she doesn't, right? But she's like, "Dad, when can you come and pick me up for school? Because all our pals want to meet somebody. Because they all look at it and they go, do you know what? Her dad's got almost 20,000 followers. He's famous because they've all got."
And that's massive because the kids find it really hard to get following. At the end of the day, I'm a dance teacher, so I've got tons of kids on my page, and I was like, look, guys don't want to watch a wee girl dance. They feel creepy. It's just the bottom. It's not that you're not a good dancer or anything like that. They just feel like a pervert, right? They're not going to watch wee Wayne's dancing.
That's it.
I can get away with it because I'm a dance teacher, so I'll follow you and like your stuff and that, but it's just the way it is.
Aye.
Oh, so that's how you're that good at dancing? Because we're watching your videos and I'm going, "Jeez, I'm fucking on this app. I'm trying to throw myself about and it just looks like an absolute shambles. I look at her bossing it. I genuinely just thought you were a good dancer."
That was one of the questions I got asked.
What's that?
I get asked that question if you'd ever had any dance training, so it's good to know you've answered that already.
My dance teacher, yeah.
Brilliant.
But I love mum dancing, the dad dancing. I could just cheesy dancing's my favourite.
What was the video? What was the video I watched at not drinking a school night? So and you've got the body stocking thing on with the whippy bit, right? And
Oh my God.
And do you know what? Right? Do you know what?
Brilliant.
All I could think was, I need to go to the comments here. Because you know what?
Party.
Every video that you see like that, right? Doesn't matter what happens. What's every guy's reaction? Oh, you're punching. Your missus is hot. You're punching. What you doing with her and all that? And I knew it. See, even before I opened the comments, as soon as I opened the comments, I'm like, here we go.
Always punching. I get my life to know. Is that your daughter?
People when the tears punching.
My daughter? I'm like, I fucking look that old.
Aye.
He certainly doesn't look that fucking young. Terry.
No, see with girls, it's easier, right? We've got makeup, fake tan, fake lashes, right? They dye their hair, blah, blah, blah. So
Guys,
it's all natural. You
Roll out of bed.
just go to rock that dad bod, and we get to like, I don't know, glow up. It's a shame.
It was a class video. I'm not going to lie. It was funny.
Oh,
Well, my
Eh,
favourite, I like the video when you're in the pub doing the WAP dance.
I've not seen that one yet.
Yeah.
People ask us like where we get our ideas from. Everything was trending. Like,
It's on the trending page.
we picked videos that are trending. So we seen a girl do that in a nightclub, and we took her sound, and then I did it, but it was in the Mary Hill Club where all the old guys were watching the Celtic game.
You're probably watching some fucking like it's a IPTV.
And I was like,
"You're the fucking way.
and he was
This
like,
team's cutting off.
he's
in the walk dance in front
He's
of him."
always embarrassed. He's embarrassed. He's like, I'm out of here, cheese. I'm going out to the beer garden. I'm not
Right.
home. So he gave the phone to my pal, and she filmed me. And I was like he knows you need to get the audience in and get their reactions. So he would have filmed it better, but he was like, oh,
No.
here, you're embarrassing me. Here, Jenny, you filmed it.
I done it out the
That
back
was-
by myself.
Great
I-
video.
I done it out the back by myself.
And Paul put the hose on. Paul put the hose on for effect.
I put the hose on and done the WAP dance out my back.
I haven't seen that one.
No, I've seen it. I've seen it. You're good.
Fraser,
You're
do you do
actually
TikToks?
good.
Very badly, but aye.
Hey,
Very badly.
You need to send us your page.
We can get it after this.
Aye.
Oh no, I think you've.
I think
I
we're,
have.
I think
I've-
yeah, I think we're already friends.
I think we are.
It's like Fraser
I'm
Mac
sweating.
85. I quite like it because normally I'm on the radio and things and people see me or don't see me, but they know
I
me.
said that this morning, by the way. I said that. I think I've heard that boy Fraser on the radio.
Yeah,
Like, you've got a radio voice as well.
That's
Hi.
It's fucked, isn't it? You've got a radio.
no, it's better than
Is
a
that
radio.
Fraser radio as well?
Fucking you just took that words right out of my mouth. I was going to say that. Past it.
You're like,
Paul,
He's got the voice for radio and the face.
Oh, aye. Woohoo.
bastard, Paul.
Fraser, what radio station are you on?
It's Paisley FM.
Paisley boy.
I'm originally from Glasgow, but I'm on Paisley now. But there's a whole rake of stuff. We did like Natty Dread's first, see our very first song. We were the first ones to play it out on air. Never interviewed like wee little chicken and things. So I've been,
Oh, has posted. He's
This
going on
is the radio
Paisley.
I might have
station
that.
that all the TikTokers
And
are going on.
Cut's been on it, hasn't he? He's Cut been on it.
Kurt's been on it as well. Aye.
I know.
Right, so that you're the hookup.
I am the
radio
hooker.
station, right. Go there.
So what happened was Fraser actually interviewed me, and then afterwards said, "Listen, I've got a great idea for a podcast. I think you should be involved in." And I said, "Well, I'm not doing it without Paul, so we come as a team or not at all."
And it was a really close
I'm really
decision.
good-looking.
It was a really
I'm
close
really
decision
funny.
whether to do it or not. And we're just gonna let Paul he just kind of comes along
Yeah.
for the journey, really.
Listen, I'm the talent. I'm the talent here.
I've tuned to them all.
Oh.
I've listened to all your podcasts, and you've a good wee team, the three of you. You all bounce off each
Definitely.
other. There's
Yeah.
Plus, it doesn't hurt that you can see me.
And you know, after it, oh, Paul, God,
Just
sake.
ask him to take ask him to take the hoodie off. Aye, aye. I've got a face for radio. Right, let's play this game.
Paul's sporting a lovely purple mark around here.
I wasn't going to say it.
Oh, no,
My God, you've not got a fucking nookie.
No, I'm back training.
What age
I'm
you
back
get, man? Are you
I'm
like
back-
Bud Lee a nookie?
I'm back training. I'm back at the gym. Like, listen, I'm back at the gym.
And there's no one treadmill that gives you fucking nookies.
No, can I just explain the story? Right? So I'm doing the I'm doing the shoulder press with dumbbells, and you know how the metal bar dumbbells have got the rubber casings around. So they bounce off. So when I'm doing they bounce off the shoulders. So I've got bruising along my neckline there.
Oh, see ya.
For where the dumbbells have been battering off my neck.
I love
Aye.
looking at Steph's. I'm looking at Steph's expression here, going, "What a load of shite."
It's an excuse, and we're sticking to it.
No,
So-
it's God's honest truth. I had a really good workout at the weekend, and I injured my shoulder in the process.
Aye.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Good.
See Steph's faces, the freedom lies. People are like, can you just do a page of Steph's
A page
facial?
of my facial expressions somewhere.
No, but it's generally it was a workout injury.
Right.
Guys, right, right. Anyway,
People that go to the gym to pull, that not a thing? Like,
No, I,
I-
as well though.
they sweat, they just go there and they're geared to look good and pull. It's
Oh, I
like
don't know.
it's like the
I don't
new
think I've ever set foot in a
it's the new
fucking gym.
pub. It's the new nightclub. They go there and all their leggings and their I don't know crop
I mean,
I'm nearly 40.
If you get a band for Tinder, where are you supposed to go?
I'm nearly 40 and I'm turning into a Spice Boy. As Hitman Slayer. Hitman Slayer says, here comes Paul. He's nearly 40 and he wants to be a Spice Boy because I've obviously I've got the haircut with a slit in my eyebrow. I'm going to sunbeds, and I'm getting my hair dyed grey in a couple of weeks.
high grey.
The gunmetal
That's
grey,
what I
with a
said.
blue tinge through it. It's going to look banging. No lie.
Oh, I'm
So
excited.
I dye my hair grey.
I'm like, I'm not pure. I love my hairdo. I get excited about stuff like that.
I can't wait.
People would do anything like
I'm
that.
not dyeing my hair, you fucking mental.
It's the least fashionable, trendiest guy you'll ever meet. He's like, guys wearing skinny jeans.
That's me.
Skinny jeans. What guys wearing
It's
skinny
all I wear. I don't wear. In fact, mine are paint on, so that mine are that skinny that they're
He's
paint
the
on.
opposite. He's the absolute opposite figure. He's not
Get me a pair of
trendy
shorts.
at all.
I'm
See me,
sorry.
I'm dead flamboyant. I don't care. I'd like whatever. I'm a peacock. I'm a peacock.
You need to stay out that dog.
Oh, good name, did they
I
click
got,
me?
I got asked where you get all your energy from to do your TikToks.
I mean, that's just us.
Caffeine.
I don't,
Tonic.
like on a Friday, we do a Friday live and it's a karaoke, right? And we like getting on it, woo, we're all hyped up. But the rest of our lives we're very chilled out. We're like, we're cooking today, guys. It's Sunday brunch. Let's chop the chicken.
Yep.
I don't think we're always hyper. And
No.
up until we hit 25, we would only put out one video a day. Sometimes days we wouldn't post anything.
Mhm.
So we didn't have a lot of content. Well, I thought we were posting regularly until I realised the amount that everybody else was. So when we hit 25, I went, right, 20 people, we'll step it up. We're going to take it serious now. We've hit 25k. So we now do 3 a day. But they can be like anything from shouting somebody out to a lip sync to a dance. I don't know. And a dance for me is,
Excuse me.
I don't need to have a lot of energy for dancing. I'm a dance teacher. It's a 15-second dance.
It's
nothing,
easy for
it's
you.
nothing.
So it's alright.
What enough of that's back. I'm not saying that big-headed. The dancers on this make me look like a punk. I will not get major views on dancing because the dancers on this are phenomenal. I will need to go in a supermarket and dance and out in public places to get views. But I'm just saying, like, picking up choreography or dancing it is easy, you know, like compared to you.
And what about your kids? Do your kids do they enjoy the fact you're on TikTok?
Well, we get them to TikTok with us. Like, we have TikTok
Aye.
fights. Okay?
TikTok wars we have in
Because
this
I'm like,
fucking
I need you to do this. Say it was Dairy Girls or whatever, and they're like, oh, I can't be bothered, Mum. I'm going to come and learn this dance with me, and we'll have TikTok fights. So I've started bribing as well. So I'm sorry, it's like a wee mini fly.
Yeah,
about
fly.
that, sorry. So I did the one. I don't know if you've seen it. I put Sarah in a trolley and an Asda trolley. No, it wasn't an Asda. We were in Iceland. We put her in an Iceland trolley and then pushed her into
Pushed her into the whole stack of trolleys. She was inside one trolley and we pushed her into the other one.
Right.
And just like walked away from her.
Right. So I said, Sarah's got to be too big for this. I went, Angie, do you want to do it? She's my middle child. And she was like, no. I said, look, I'll buy you trainers if you do it. And she was like, no, Mum. And
No.
Sarah was like, Mum, I need a new jacket.
I'll do it.
I need a new jacket. I went, fine, okay, you can get a new jacket. So
That's how we do it.
we bribed them.
They were skint as fuck right now. We've got
Actually, they
5,000.
were in your Dairy Girls one. I watched that. They were in the Dairy Girls one, weren't they?
Aye,
Yes,
aye,
yes.
aye.
The only thing I'm not allowed to go on is Snapchat. Angie says that's the best, and I'm not allowed to have that.
I'm not allowed to have
She's like,
Snapchat.
don't use
Why?
YouTube.
I don't know.
I don't know. Apparently, it's the best, and she doesn't want me on that. She wants that's for her.
My Snapchat is phenomenal, by the way. I think I'm
Paul's
I think I'm up to
Snapchat
about
is where
5.
the party's at.
I'm up to about 500 followers, and I kid you not, I get Bobby pics, I get booby
So
pics.
we are.
I get everything sent to me, by the way.
And that's just me.
I get that. I get that on Instagram, and I put nude on Instagram. But I don't reply to messages and TikTok, so they all go to my Instagram. They send me videos, playing with themselves and naked pics. Some of it you definitely can tell they're catfishing, but I'm not like.
How can you tell they're catfishing with a
Because
robot?
see if you look that good, right? See if you look that good, like he's in the shower with a six pack. Why have you not got any posts? Like if you're that hot, where's all your pictures with all your pals? Why have you not got a profile picture? Like you're so catfishing, you're an all dirty man. You took some young guy's pictures. Right, get to. Do you know what I mean? Get to anyway. I've got him. I don't need them to. But it's crazy, isn't it? It is nuts. And then people will say, "We love you and Steph. We love you and Steph." And I go, "Oh, thanks very much." They go, "Can you send me a picture of yourself?"
we love your husband. Can you get naked for me though?
Some box that shows the pics.
I don't want to like you anymore. So, live in Snapchat, it's fine. The other social medias are taking up all my time anyway. When you have time for Snapchat, and I've heard it's good. It's
Angie's wee pals love that we're on Snap, on this, but Angie's not so.
Is she the oldest though? Is she the oldest?
Angie's a middle. She's 12.
She's
12. She's at that age though, isn't she? She's at the don't embarrass me, mum and dad age. That's the kind of the transitional age, isn't it?
When we joined this TikTok creator thing, she's like, "Oh, how much money have you got?" I've got enough to buy 2 bottles of wine and a cone of chips. She's like,
or you could get me a leather.
"Oh, you can get me a leather waistcoat." And I'm like,
they think, I don't know, 20 quid's loads of money.
What did I made? I made $49 in my first account right before it got a live ban. So see the gifts that you get. Then I got a live ban, so I kind of left it out, right? Then I opened up my second account and I got up to about $42. I then got a live ban. Opened up my third account, got to about $30 in gifts. Then I get the whole account turned off. I'm now on my fourth account.
Shocking that I think it's the most evil thing that people can do. Try to take. I don't care if you've got 1,000 followers or 100,000 followers. It sucks. It really sucks. And that's my big point to all these people fighting. Like, it's not worth it because you're not getting your accounts taken down. It's ridiculous. And there's a lot of green-eyed monsters out there. Do you know what I mean? I just tell my mods, be savage, like totally savage. As soon as we see the mod purple, then they'll throw you out for nothing. Like honestly, sometimes like the guys
no.
that banter.
See my lives, right? No word of a lie. My lives go into the gutter as soon as probably
Paul
5 minutes in.
And then before you know it, Paul's doing a shit on the toilet, and then like.
I done a shite on a live, aye.
Day one, how you get banned? Fuck's sake.
That will do it. That will do it.
That's not the best. It like I'll get the.
Just follow me. It'll be 2 minutes. Just come with me. Actually, like sit there.
I can have like 60 people in a live, right? And I know it's not a lot for you guys because you are bigger, right? But I normally get about 60 people in, right? So 60 people come in my live, and I would say about 5 of them are men, right? So the chat quickly goes to the gutter, and we start talking about sex positions and everything else, and then they all say, and massage. I'm starting a massage business, and then because all the girls on TikTok want me to massage them for £50 an hour or £75 an hour with a happy ending. So I'm thinking about starting that as a new business. But anyway, that's another story for another day. So my life.
Paul will be visiting the gym quite a bit at that stage, I think.
I need to get fit for the girls. So it's literally I love it, but that's my style. That's my style of TikTok. My style of TikTok is it's all just innuendo and dirty talk.
You're in the pervert side of
I'm in the
TikTok.
pervert side of TikTok, but I get away with it. I don't know how.
There's tons of goose, by the way. There's tons of goose. You know, I've got a sassy videos.
There's tons of you perverts in there.
There's tons of goose. I do a few sassy videos because the perverts will get the views for it. Do you know what I mean?
It's like we've not had a video. It's at 10k a day. Getting puppies out.
That's this dance. And I went, Steph, that's trending. Everybody's done it. It's boring. He goes, like, get a little cut top on or something when we do this.
Sorted.
Yes.
I need another 40 pence in that fucking crater.
Terry, you need to that chair, man. That one.
Oh, that a good one, but I like that one.
I'll do, guys. I'll repost my video, right? Wait to see this. I'll repost this because it get took down from my other account, but I'll repost it just.
Is this your Diet Coke one?
No, that never get took down. Hang on. But I promise I'll repost this when I get a chance, right? So, I don't know if you can see that actually. You're not able to see it, and you're not too far away.
I think it's because you get a green screen.
Right, hang on. What if you got rid of the green screen, right?
Wait, you're not actually at the beach?
Let's go to the. Where's the beach?
Let's go to the beach.
Jam girls, where's the beach?
Is this a letdown? Is it? Is that a letdown? Right. So basically, this is my is it Magic Mike they made me do?
Oh, was it the Man and Me Juliet one? That one that I had. You asked me to duet with you. Oh, the Magic Mike one. No,
I heard you talking about you were going to do this on your. I was watching on your podcast.
It get took down.
And you said you're going to go and do it, but I need to go to your house to get your chair.
Aye.
Right, I was listening. So
What is it? What is it?
right, it's that difficult to do that. I don't know if I could do it.
Don't break my fucking chairs.
No, I can't do it. It's hard.
What?
That was well done. I get impressed technically with
Two
things.
secs. Another.
I wouldn't be like, oh, that's hard. I'd be like, oh, that's technically he's really strong, isn't it? That's really good.
Oh, love it. Aye, so that's me. I pretty much get about 2 or 3 videos taken down every week.
Aye.
We haven't had that for ages, but right up until about 25,000, we would get 2 videos that I was taken down. And we just get them reposted. There's only been 2 or 3 that TikTok wouldn't allow back up.
I don't think I've had anything that's not that's came down since I've been posting.
We used
We
to
I've
get
been
loads.
lucky.
We get loads.
I've always thought I'm going to get a ban at some point because I put my papa on a live. Obviously, he doesn't know he's on a live, and he just goes with the flow. And sometimes he says things very close, and I just think, oh my god! Like, there's been times I've had to cut a live because I'm like, oh no, like that's me. I'm going to be banned. And I don't, and I'm lucky. Like I've had my original account. I've still got. Never had a ban. My videos all still stay up, and my papa swears a trooper.
Yeah.
And that first video I put up was him saying, "Oh my wanker," and like that, and like what I'm saying, "What are you?" And he says, "Oh, I'm a prick." And I said, "No, seriously, what are you?" And he says, "I'm a wanker," right, like that. And I thought, oh, everybody's going to complain about this, and they fucking loves him.
Is that us? Sorry.
No, it's fine. All right.
But do you know what it is? TikTok, the sweat is everybody's blue. You know what I mean?
There's a feedback coming through. Hold on a second, guys.
Is it me? I think.
Danny, turn down.
Paula, everybody mute themselves individually, right? Paula, start with you.
Oh, how do I mute myself?
Hold on, I'll mute you. Wait a minute. Right, Paula's
Right,
muted
Paula.
now. Right, she's now unmuted. Stephen, you're muted. Any different? Paul, that's you muted. That's me muted.
Better.
That's better. I don't know what happened there then.
She talking about the
I don't know.
videos getting taken down. She the only one that's never been reposted with us.
No, we've had 2 or
We've
3.
had 2. I've
We've
had 2.
had 2 or 3. I can't remember. One was an Asda.
Me stunning, holding a pair of like a thong and a bra.
No, it goes.
Going, what was the song?
It was like,
Not where I'm supposed to be or
I'm
something.
not where I'm supposed to be, and he's in the ladies section. We did the fella thing, right?
And that gets put down. It's never ever getting put back up. It's fucking.
But then on the same day, I went to the Tampax aisle, and I was like, I think you know
Where
where
this
this
is going.
and that's it up.
That's tied up.
Do you know what I mean? So, and I was like, seriously, it's not even wearing it. It's just in the brown pants house. It's brown pants. Black, like people walk past it in the supermarket all the time, and he's picked up going, he's in the wrong place. So it's so bizarre.
I get my towel video taken down. I was in a towel. All right, you could see my willy because it was a white towel and you could see the shape of it, right, when I was doing the dance, right? But that's not the point.
That's the one you got me to bloody well repost and like duet it for you.
The point.
Did it stay up?
No, it got took down, right? But then I done
Yeah, duet
another
stayed up.
one. I done another one. and I do this round the toilet, right? And I angled it so that I was totally naked. And as I get all the way round, you could see my arse cheeks in the mirror behind me, and hit stayed up, hit still up, hits on my Mon Blether account. You can see my arse cheeks.
Oh, I
Clear
need
as day.
to fact you this.
Oh no.
What are you doing? You're taking me the dark side, the pervert side.
Which side am I on?
Aye, we get that all the time. What side?
Which side of I came to TikTok on?
That was on that one.
The fucking dark
the milk
side.
and the butt fist.
Aye, right, my minds would come in and go, if I come in at the right time, I pokey bum wank. Why?
Oh,
why
that's
would I come in?
like all of your lives. Everybody goes, did that come in here at the wrong time?
It's the
All
shark.
the time.
Everybody wants to talk about the shark. That's what's every time. That's my signature thing now when I come in. Say, somebody will mention the shark. What's that? Because I brought the shark up.
What's the shark? I'm intrigued.
The shark is
Right.
so bum.
Oh!
So
Hey! See?
Every day's a school day, right? We're learning new stuff.
Oh.
That's the nice stuff.
That's the nice.
Oh.
all the girls want to be held like a bowling ball.
A bowling ball. I felt that. But definitely a bowling ball, but
Ramping rabbit? I don't know. So what? I was not expecting this. I know you do this, but I was like, I will not lower the tone. I'm like,
You don't need it. That's why I'm here.
That's why Paul's here.
every single person that comes on your podcast, you get them doing it.
Do you know what? Every week we have well, we don't, but Fraser does, has hours of editing to do
Hours.
on behalf of Paul.
Hours.
It's just Paul edited out.
That's all it
Last
is.
week, we done it with Miko last week, right? And basically, Miko and Paul and Fraser really just spoke about sex, and occasionally they were like, "So, Paula, what do you think?" And I was throwing an occasional bone to speak at that point.
Right, so I'll ask the question, right? So, seeing as we've got the guest on,
It's in followers, excuse me. What am I doing here?
I'm going to ask the questions, right? I'll start it off, right? So, when I get asked what's your favourite sexual position, my reply is, I'm just happy to be involved.
Aye.
nice better. Look,
It's like, I don't know, but women get really paranoid about body image and blah blah blah.
Nah.
Do you know what? Guys are just lucky. Guys are happy they're lucky to get to see a pair. Honest to God, trust me.
Ah, you're right.
It's very true. Very true.
They're so happy and pleased that a woman would show them.
My whole outlook on life, and and I said this in previous podcasts, like when people come to me, there's women that I talk to all the time, right? Then they go, I don't feel sexy, I don't feel wanted, and you're like, that's because you're not projecting it. You don't project it. You don't need to be a good. You don't. This is a woman's world. You don't need to be a supermodel because there's plenty of men out there who'll chase you if you can project sexiness.
Yeah.
And you don't need to be model looking or good looking to be sexy. That comes from within and from how you project yourself. So as long as you project this confidence and this sexiness and this sassiness, men will be interested in you. It's just a simple fact. Being a man, I prefer sexiness over beauty.
Aye, well, I'll tell you this. And it is there's people who are naturally beautiful, and sexiness. You're right. It's a different thing. People who are funny can be really sexy because they're funny. People who, like you said, are super confident, do you know what I mean? With their swag, do you know what I mean? Their clothes and it makes them sexy, do you know what I mean? So we get asked all the time about relationship when we're having a wee chilled walk in the park. Vlogs know our woo woo, it's Friday. And we always say, listen, obviously there's physical attraction, but the person you end up marrying is the person that you get on with, is the person that you have.
Yep.
And so always pick somebody that's a funny guy that you can get on with, because that's the relationship that will last. Do you know who Steph thinks is the hottest woman and loves? Shall I say it or should you go say it?
say it if you want, I don't care.
Lizzo.
Lizzo.
Oh,
You, Lizzo.
I love Lizzo.
yeah.
Her confidence, her swag, her talent.
Awesome.
Everything. She is his biatch, man. He loves her to bits. Like
I'm lost.
she's bomb. She's absolute. I've
don't
got a
know
girl
Lizzo?
crush on her.
Ah,
You've got
you do.
Lizzo's a singer,
You don't know who Lizzo
the
is?
American singer. She sung.
Paul, you've got your phone there. You better get googling, mate.
Lizzo.
Are you kidding?
Double
He's
Z
kidding,
O.
isn't he?
Just watch her
She's
videos.
got
Oh,
body positivity. Like she's
She's
on her
fucking amazing, I
videos
love her.
rapping naked, saying I like big boys, little bitty boys, into bitty boys. I don't know the
Oh,
one.
is that her that sings that song? I like
Yeah.
that. I like that. I like that song.
Also, she's classically trained flutist. She can rap and she's
she's like the fucking female rock.
Can we do us a favour? We don't do that on my podcast.
Right.
Did you watch my?
And Rangers
Tony.
Money told me to drink this too.
I meant to bring that up when we're talking about your videos. Tony!
Oh, that was
What's your name?
that was brilliant.
I'm a fist fan, so all I get on that comment is I can't believe you're wearing both colours. Pick one.
Oh, it's time to
Yeah.
pick one in. You need. Who can't believe you were both?
Aye.
That's like.
That's the question that I get asked in my lives all the time.
Aye.
Like,
What
so
team do
you
you
must
support?
get it. What's your team? What team do you
Oh,
support?
aye.
People jump in and just say
Yeah.
that right off the bat. And you're like, oh.
Where are you from? Glasgow, Celtic or Rangers?
Aye.
I'm like neither. They're the two cheeks of the one arse, I say.
Steph's password on our computer is
Steph, F-E-O-F.
fuck the old
Fuck the
firm.
old firm.
That's our password. So.
Although there isn't an old firm anymore.
Paul, what is your day?
Paul, what are you doing?
Send me the document. Send me public.
He always has to do something.
No, I was closing my laptop. I didn't actually mean that that time. That was me saying fuck off then if you do it. Fuck the old firm.
Tattoo in your coat. Get a fucking clover or some shit.
Every week.
Fuck the old firm. Here's a picture of my booby. Hey, Paul, you know what he's- Fucking hell.
That's that. Come on.
I'm not
funny
taking
to
that
do
out. I'm not taking that out.
That was genuinely a mistake that time. Like I do things all the time, be serious, but that was a genuine mistake.
But definitely get asked all the time, Celtic or Rangers. It's,
Yeah.
Aye.
Right, so
And
see, 'cause you,
he does get any football chat, and I'm like, Paul, I'm here.
Aye. And then
Still
it's
talking
still
football. Come on.
so see, because yous are like, he's are at is it 30,000 now? Yous are like just touching
No,
up. There.
29.
29.
So yous are so almost at 30,000, right? To kind of go on the darker side of TikTok, because all your videos are so funny and so entertaining. What kind of hate do you? Are you just getting like nasty comments, or is
No.
it getting that he's a?
Well, can I
Bar,
just, no, can I,
punching, or
no,
shit
that's
like that.
we
no
don't,
nasty, but
that's just that's banter. That's not trolling. No, what we will get if we get a video that goes viral, usually they're controversial ones, and we'll get hate on that video,
Mhm.
not hate on every video.
No.
So like,
Yep.
see the behind the scenes at the Buchanan Galleries one, right? I was talking to you about this, Paula, when we were
Yep.
doing our wee, like I got not just one or two comments, I got hundreds of comments saying, is this meant to be attractive? It's so unattractive.
Mm.
Look at the state of this, blah, blah, blah. Your tits are to your knees, blah, 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 right? Like hundreds. But you know what? See, for all the comments, they must have watched the video about 3 times. They stopped, they made a comment, and my video's now just about to hit, it's over 200,000 views. Okay? So, and see when you get a video that goes big, or your other videos that you do recently that week,
going about it, oh, shit.
they all
Yep.
shoot up in the numbers as well. So it's all Gucci. It's fine because my tits, like, I like they've got fat titties, and I love myself. It doesn't matter.
Listen,
And I don't care.
don't let them. I watched that video.
Yeah.
Probably too many times, to be fair.
Paul's 200 of these
It pushes our videos up. It makes people go check out our other videos with these clowns.
Aye.
And then
Yep.
we even had one guy apologise for his comment, and that he said, I mean, what is the point in this? Blah blah blah. And then he went, sorry, I just went and watched your other
Watch some of
videos.
your other videos, I'm
Using
sorry.
a funny couple. Sorry, I apologise.
But we don't get anything like other people that we see on. We've never ever once did like replying to this wee trolling
We
thing.
will never
And we
reply
won't ever
a
do that.
troll, and I'll tell you why. And I tell people this: I don't give scum my time. Right? I know you replied to that Grandad comment. Don't
Yeah.
give scum your time. Okay, I would rather give people shout outs and give people who
Big
love
people
us
up,
and
no?
push us. And I'm not going to give it because then I'm addressing them. I'm not carrying on like my life is golden, baby. You don't entertain
My
scum.
life is golden.
My life is golden. You don't
Fucking Willy
entertain
Wonka.
scum. So, and that's it, and it's all Gucci, and they can, and do you know what? The controversial ones, like the very first video we went back, like big viral was on our first week. We had 3 videos on our first week had got like 30 odd, 40 odd, 60 odd thousand views, and then we started on the Friday, and by the following Friday we had a video at over 1 million views, which had got taken down because people were jealous. We reposted it again, got over 1 million views. Right, the one that got taken down was 700,000, and do you know why it went viral? Because it was Duncan the Wayne season. It was who's your favourite child? Because he picked a child.
Because I don't want to.
He was the worst. He was the worst dad.
Doing that.
You're the worst
You're
dad in the
ever.
world. You're like the feel her pain, the pain she is.
Aye.
We never comment. It's a running joke in our house, right? We just say that Angie's the favourite just because we're off the bam up and we like to wind up our daughter Sarah. It's just when she's getting out of trouble at school, she's at that age, and we go, oh, well, Angela's the favourite, right? So we plunked her. We're not telling them because we're like, look at this, they've all got, all the Karens are gone mental, and we're getting millions of views now. Look at it, brilliant. Just leave them. And they're like, when is the parents going to reply? And they're getting upset with one of replying. I was like, I'm not getting the game away, right? That's that. So don't get upset with negative comments. The fact that they've actually sat, it's always the controversial ones. They've sat and commented. That's played on their phone about 5 times. It's all good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And
I like
people,
it.
But that's the thing, like, so people are going to hate, like, see what you were saying earlier on about, like, how, like, if you're tall or you're small or you're fat or you're thin or whatever, like, people are always going to have a comment. It's like if a younger, so for example, Doug, she gets a lot of hate because she's a woman and she's 47. And she tends to have, you know, boyfriends that are a bit younger than herself. So she gets hate for that. But then, you know, at the same flip of the coin, then you would also get men that get hate for being with a younger female, right? So, like, it doesn't matter. Like, what I'm trying to say is, no matter what, somebody is always going to hate on something. I mean,
Age is only a number.
Probably somebody sitting there is going like that. Oh, I hate Paula right now because she normally straightens her hair, but for the last 2 weeks she's wore it curly. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are going to always pick on something stupid to hate on.
That was cute. Can I just say, but right, this is 2020. There's not the same stigma, right, on dating younger guys and dating younger women as it was maybe 10, 20 years ago.
Definitely.
And the more people, especially people with a following, that are making it, age is just a number. So she's got to remember that when look, if we've got an attraction, does it matter about it? Maybe it might come into it at a certain point, I don't know. You know, but each to their own.
Aye, when one's about to die.
As long as they're happy.
And they're getting fucking life
somebody
insurance.
else's. I couldn't care less about who Dundee dates.
So,
My business.
so on age gaps, then what would you say would be an alright age gap for that?
I think about 4.
I go with the rule.
You know, Paul's on Tinder, so well he was, but he got
I
banned.
banned from Tinder. I
got banned
actually
from
got banned from Tinder.
But you've got a girlfriend, don't you?
No.
No.
Oh, you don't? Or you're a single Pringle ready to mingle? Ladies, can I get a hoo-yah? Right, this is the rule. This is apparently the rule, but obviously you don't need to apply it. So it's half your age plus 7. That's the youngest you can go with.
That's about 14 years, Paul.
Hang on. No, hang on.
Not 14 years old, but 14 years younger.
Paul's 37, so half of your age, Paul. What is half of 37?
Roughly what's out 18 and a half.
18 plus 7, so 25.
Right, okay.
5.
But younger, I
That's
mean,
not bad.
like if it was a mature, say, like a mature 23-year-old.
What about an 18?
You don't need to apply the rule, right?
Well, right, I'm only saying this, right? I'm only saying this because when the one day that I was on Tinder, I was scanning through because, like I said, I did see on my live, right? I wasn't really interested in a relationship, but what I wanted to do like a social experiment. Now I'm back staying at my mum's, all right. So I'm back staying at my mum's at 37 years of age.
Sexy, bring a girl at your ma's who's sexy as, right?
Right, so
Tinder, bringing your girlfriend back to your ma's house. You're a catch.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So,
Tough for you. Why just that?
but at 37, I don't have much going for me, right? So,
I wish you would let him finish your fucking story.
so I've
Paul's
not got
at
much
the
going for
gym.
me, right?
Paul's
Right.
at the gym all the time.
Told
I'm at
you.
the gym. Right,
That's
so,
the nightclub.
right, so basically, when I'm, and I don't mean this to be bad, right? But I genuinely, I get told all the time, I don't look my age, right? I look much younger.
Mm.
Girls think I'm between 29 and 32 usually, right? So
Good. Okay.
that's where I'm at. But when I'm scrolling through Tinder, and no offense to girls my own age, right? But I'm looking at them and I'm looking at them going, it's like looking at an older woman,
How old are you again?
37.
Shut up. Right. First of all, right. See, women in their 30s, they've got all the wisdom that they learnt in their 20s, but they've still got the look. So fuck off.
No, I'm not saying that. I don't mean that. I just mean see the ones that I'm looking at. I'm going, and it's maybe just my mindset. It's my mindset because I still feel.
like a granny or whatever.
No, I still feel so young. Right? So,
20-year-olds could pass for 20-year-olds easily.
I know, but what I'm saying,
Easily.
I don't mean it like that.
I love this. This is excellent. Paula, is this not brilliant? He's finally found his match.
I explain myself here.
Love it.
No, I genuinely, it's my preference, right? So I'm looking at them and I'm going, and it's my immature mindset going,
Yeah, you're a wee
she's
guy.
too old for me. She's too old for me. She's too old for me. But she's the same fucking age as me. I'm just looking at her going, nah, she's too old for me. She's too old for me. So I'm looking at
So what he really needs is this is what Paul really needs. He needs about a 23-year-old that can basically put him in his place, like speaks back to him, has a bit of fire, and that he gets he gets
But
off on it.
you know you need a woman in her 30s that's got all the life experience for her 20s to do that. To take up, do you know what I mean? I will say, guys, they like being kept. They like being under the thumb. They like that. And it took me and Steph a lot. Me and Steph are not always been this happy. We have our ups and downs, but we had the mother of, I don't put this stuff on because I don't air my dirty laundry, right? But we had the mother of all fights, and it was my way or the highway because I had enough, and we have never been happier. Never ever been happier. And when I told my pals about it, we opened up properly, they're like, Teresa, I never want to be that woman. Like, it's like, you're doing this, you're doing that. And like, guys love to be kept. Teresa, did you know that? I was like, no, I didn't know that. I always thought those girls were bitches. But I love being a bitch and I'm dead happy. I love that. I'm a pure, and he's happy.
I blame 365 days. I watched that for the first time on Friday.
What's that?
I'm blaming
I've never seen that.
It's
Oh, it's a milestone. You get 365 days to fall in love with me or some shit. Is that right?
I watched that right
By yourself?
by myself.
All right.
I had a Chinese.
He's branching out.
Sweet and sour, isn't it?
I had a sweet surf chick now. But yeah, listen, it was a film I would never have watched. To be fair, like I didn't really enjoy it. I'm not going to lie, I didn't enjoy the film. It was very raunchy, like, and I think that's that girls now are liking that, like the roughy stuff, like because this guy was kind of throwing her about, like choking her and
Oh no,
grabbing her. And all that.
they did make it. It was like.
No, I think this is like way beyond 50 Shades. This film.
Oh, this is beyond 50. This is like
Aye.
This is like in between 50 Shades and a porn film. It's like bang smack in the middle. You've got 50 Shades, which is in the cinema. You've got 365 Days, which is here. And the only next thing is full-blown porn, where you can see everything, because you can pretty much... The wee flight attendant's sooking the guy off right at the start of the film, right? And you can actually see... You can see what she's doing. You can see it battering her cheeks and all that, and the tears are streaming down her eyes because she's gagging on it and stuff like that. So, it's proper. It's proper. Proper film, by the way.
That's a hell of a film to watch by yourself.
That's how Paul's September weekend started off.
He's silent, and then he comes out with the best wee comments, doesn't he? He just
Fraser.
Fraser, sorry. It's Jasper's podcast I was watching just before we came on there. Sorry, podcast.
Do you have homework to tell?
You can call me anything you want.
know.
Most people would do. It's fine.
Fraser,
Some people call me love bites. I don't scratches.
It could be worse. Jasper said last week. What did
It
Jasper
wasn't
say?
Jasper we had on, it was Miko.
No, Jasper last week. Remember the one that we released last week? Not Abby's, but Jasper's. And Jasper came on and he's like, "Oh, Fraser, are you the one in the top right-hand corner?" And I'm like,
I know.
"Jasper, you fucking know who am I? Why are you asking? Why are you asking him who he is? Is that you? It's not fucking me. You know me."
I know, and he knows me.
He's brilliant, him, by the way.
Oh,
Yes,
exactly.
he is.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he said
Oops.
he was like, "It's my banger." I didn't know that was him that did that sound.
Aye.
It's me,
Yeah.
Jasper. Bite my
What's that,
banger.
man?
What
What was that?
TikTok.
And you know, I got my papa to do that sound, right? Because Jasper said, "Please get your papa to do it."
I've seen this.
And I said, "Right, okay, I'll get my papa to do it." And then, like, my papa was like, I was like, "So all you need to say is, it's Jasper here, suck my banger," or whatever it is it says.
Suck my banger.
And my papa's like, "What's a banger?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know what a banger is." He's like, "Probably an Edinburgh thing, isn't it?" And I'm like, "It's an Edinburgh thing." And then about 3 hours later, he must have still been thinking about this, right? Because he always tends to wait a good while before he hits it with something. And he's like, "I know what a banger is. It's a hat." All right, okay.
Suck my.
Fucking
Well, the helmet,
I
really,
just
innit?
love
the
your
helmet.
Grandpa's the best. Oh, he so is. Honestly, the
Therefore.
whole TikTok's just like
Yeah.
he's so
It's
endearing.
so-
I know.
Aye.
I hit 50k today. I've recorded a wee video with him, you know, because we hit 50k. So I'll put that up after this podcast. But we were out for something to eat today because it was my grand's. It would have been him and my grand's 65th wedding anniversary. So I said, "Right, we'll go out for something." So we went out for something to eat.
How was
And he get pissed. I mean, he's had 4 whiskeys and 2 red wines.
Right, listen, all I can say is, you were talking about you have had a rocky road and stuff like that, and you have had your differences. So did me and Alec. Me and Alec had our differences. Alec absolutely hated me. He never met me, but he fucking hated me.
Why?
Anytime I mentioned Paul in my papa, he was like, "Fucking Paul. I don't give a fuck about Paul. Fuck Paul. Fuck." I hated him.
Because
And
he's
then-
your boyfriend. He's the protective dad. He's your granddad.
No, it wasn't that. He was fine with Jasper. He was fine with everybody else. Calls Jasper Casper, but anyway, he just didn't want to know Paul. And then Paul came to pick me up to go to the first ever podcast when we were recording in the studio. And my papa's pure.
A mile away.
And my papa's like this out the window, right, out the door. And then Paul wasn't looking. Of course, Paul had to know I've been looking at this moment. My papa's like, "Fucking bastard's not even waving back to me." And I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake." I'm like, "Right, hold on a minute and I'll get him to wave back to you." But now he loves Paul. Now he loves
Oh,
Paul. He
that's-
asks about Paul all the time.
I've got to say, Paul, right? See, when I've went on, you've been on your lives or whatever, you're too cool for school, right? You're quite laid back and like, hey, and I'm like, and then I come on the day and you're like, "Oh, by the way, yours are like my new favourite tick," and I'm like, it's like a different vibe. So I guess it's
No, it's because I'm not excited about it all my lives, but I genuinely, after watching your videos, I was really excited about you coming on. That's what it was. It's
I
just
think it's different because the podcast is so different from doing
Yeah.
a normal live. Whereas like we obviously, like last week, the one we done with Paul's daughter, and then we got feedback from that. As Fraser would be able to tell you, basically saying that there was somebody wanted to take their life, and then they listened to that podcast and they decided not to, basically. And
That's
you know,
amazing.
but on this podcast.
my daughter's my daughter. See, the last one that we done was my daughter.
I've not seen yet. That's the only one, and I know I've been saving that one. It's the last one on my list, and it says heart checking, and so I've been saving it. I was
That's
hoping
amazing, by the way. That
to
somebody
get round to
would fucking message that.
Yeah.
Like, stop fucking doing.
That's
I'm getting loads of messages as well. I just get loads of messages
Yeah.
about Abby saying how wonderful she was and what her head.
and you know what? I've had so many. So Paul got loads saying that Abby was a credit. Obviously, we woke up and Fraser had messaged both of us, kind of saying in a group chat about this person who we don't know. Well, I don't know who it is, but whoever it was, said that they were feeling pretty low, and you know that's how they were in that mind frame and things. And then And then I had quite a lot of messages because on that podcast, obviously, I was going through a hard time a few weeks ago with a lot of trolling and a load of other personal stuff. And so I kind of break down a bit in it. And I've had so many nice, for all the hate that I do get, I've had so many lovely people that have reached out, messaged me privately. And what you were saying about the positive comments, I have wrote to them and said, listen, do you mind if I use these comments and put them in a green screen or whatever you want to do and put them on my TikTok? Just to say that this is really positive, and they've all said yes, so that is something I'm going to do. But it is amazing to see that you do get so many more people that are willing to reach out to you, because although you might have 50,000 and you might have 150,000 followers, but the thing is, it doesn't always mean that you've not got a struggle going on in your life.
Doesn't matter about the amount of views, and if you can help someone stop taking that. Suicide's horrible. Honestly, there's always a way out. You don't need that's not the way to go. There's always a way out, and if you can help somebody see that, you can get somebody that who's that depressed to see that. No, do you know what? I'm going to give this a little bash. I'm not over. That's worth more than any views, any likes, any video. That's freaking awesome on another level. That's another level of awesomeness. Do you know what I mean? And I would take all the trolling in the day if I could, if I can save somebody from being that fucking low. We had a friend. It was an acquaintance. He was in my head. He was a happy guy. I don't like talking about stuff because I feel it's no my story to tell. Do you know what I mean? So I there's certain things that I don't bring up. I'm not one of those channels that does story times and talks about my past, because my past might involve my brother or my mother and that, and that's also their story and it's no my story to tell. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But he was at a funeral last year. Was it last year? Was it this year actually? Last year.
A boy I used to get about with, I was like, we were like that when I was growing up through school, and he was brilliant. He went to
Africa and worked with like animals, and he was like Tarzan, curly hair, Tarzan, loved animals, and he was just like a good person. He would message me every so often because I would post things about the war that was going on Facebook and stuff like that, and he was like, "You're a good person, Cheese." I was like, "Oh, I know, like the babies are being bombed. Right, I know it's terrible." And he was just like, he was very into like civil rights and animals, just heart of gold, but had demons, had a lot of demons, and he was out with his pals that weekend at the dancing. So as far as his family and everything was concerned, it was all good. But he came home after dancing and took his own life, and he's the same age as Steph. Very, very. So it's mental health. I understand like why it's getting like pushed now, because it's not talked about. It's a taboo subject. Definitely. And it's how do you even approach it? And if you are able to approach it and have people talking about it and encouraging people
and have people
stop what they're doing and think, awesome, do you know what? I'm not going to do this. Because it's I want to know how to go about that. Who's able to do that? That's another level.
I touched on it last week's episode, like last week's with Miko, because I've attempted to take my life twice. That's why I do this podcast now. So, I'm saying attempted. You know how you feel that useless. Well, this is how useless I am. Or I was. I drove to the Erskine Bridge, and they put a new fence up, so the fence goes like that. So I couldn't even do that right. That's how low I felt that night. Where you go, do you know what? You felt that bad in your whole life, and you're thinking, where am I? I'm 37. I'm back with my mum for the second time in 3 years because I'll split my wife at 10 years, which was my choice. But at the same time, my demons weren't, oh my God, my marriage is ended or anything like. My demons were my kids. I'd tuck my kids in every night. I'd woke up every day with them. We had story time. We had family Sundays, and that was all taken away. And that's what I felt like. And it was my choice. And then my troubles with my boy. My boy went into care. He's had different issues, and and then my brain starts going, see, if I didn't leave my wife, my son would still be in the family home.
Don't know that.
It would be dysfunctional, but it would, at least it wouldn't be where he is now. So that these are all the thoughts that go through your head, and that's what I said. I didn't tell anybody what I was going to do. No, and this is where sometimes it annoys me, because you see people putting posts on TikTok, you see people putting posts on Facebook, and they're telling you what they're going to do. And that's not, and they're not the people you need to worry about. Yes, they're depressed. Yes, it's a cry for attention, and we should help them, and we should reach out for that. But the genuine people who go out and do it, nobody ever after somebody kills themselves goes, "I seen that coming." Nobody's ever been interviewed on the telly and went, "Oh, he spoke to me last week and said he was going." No, it's. He was so happy this morning. I seen him at 10 o'clock this morning, and he was so full of energy. What happened? And nobody ever sees it coming, because the people who get to that point, nobody will ever know until it's too late, and that's it. And that's the shame. How do you help somebody that's going to commit suicide?
The comedian, Mr. Doubtfire, Mrs. Doubtfire, Robert. Did anybody see that coming? Did anybody?
No.
It was a shock.
But that's where we go back to TikTok. Like, since I was a kid, I've been the class clown. I've had issues growing up myself. I had social workers. I had childhood issues with family, with everything else. And my wall was to be the class clown, so I put my wall up. My wall was the class clown. Nobody ever got in to see the real me, because I just put out there that, I'm going to be funny. So I spent, and I'm still doing it. To this day, I'm fucking 37, and I'm still doing the same things. I'm coming on TikTok. I'm on TikTok, and I'm posting 15-second funny videos, 60-second funny videos, to hide the fact that I'm pretty fucked up in the head at times. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's where I'm at. So the walls never went away. But as I say, with comedy, with that, everybody's got a wall. Mm-hmm. And that's a front. So it's just a front that everybody sees. And this is the problem that you've got with social media. Social media, you will go on and put a front on. Now that front could be you're going to Dubai every other week. You're driving the fanciest cars, right? And we Joe Blogs is driving about in his fucking clapped out Astra. He's scraping by, and he sees the guy he went to school with driving about in a Ferrari. He's going to Dubai. He's flying first class to America. He's doing all these wonderful things. What the big guy doesn't know is, see, in 5 years' time, this man's going to have his credit card bills are going to. You don't know how he's funding his trips to America. You don't know how he's buying his cars. And then the other side of that is, you as a person, materialistically, if you've got a really, really good job, especially during COVID, we're making people redundant in my company. So if you're in 150 grand a year and you're driving a nice car and you get this massive mortgage and you're doing all these fancy things and you're not putting money away, you lose your job tomorrow. Where are you? You're in the same boat as Joe Blogs, driving his clapped out Astra, living in his council house, because at the end of the day, you are going to lose absolutely everything. And that's where people need to start realising. When I was a kid, if you had a car, it didn't matter if it was clapped out, rusty, old Volvo. If you had a car, you were something in my street, because not every house had a car. You could go out and play Kirby. Can you go out and play Kirby because there's 40 motors in the street?
That's so true, by the way. Oh my God, that's so true.
And everybody went to the caravan. We went to Arbroath every year. We never went to Dubai or Spain or Australia. We went to Arbroath, the Red Line caravan site. We went down to the pier. We went down next to the pier where they had an outdoor pool where everybody pished in and it was bogging. And that was your holiday when you were away, and you loved it.
It doesn't matter. Listen, we go on some of the most beautiful 5-star holidays, and we also go and like dance trips down to Blackpool. And I can tell you, it's the company that you keep. Yeah. What makes the holiday? Yeah. I did a video. Like me and Steph had tons of problems in our marriage. Right up to the fucking first 13 years we've been together. We've been married 20 years. Okay, we've been together since we were 17. I got pregnant. When I was 18, I was married at 19, and we were just young kids. We didn't know how to deal with finances in the adult world and stuff like that. And he was very spoiled, and you know, we had a lot of issues, right? So I made like a video on my YouTube channel, different things like giving it's Steph in bed with Steph and Terry, and we give like our like tips for life, right? We know all the fuck all, right? But I'll tell you this. See, like one of the things they should teach at school is like how to manage a household, how to manage a budget, right? It's just to God, because it's not being rich that makes you happy. It's not knowing how to like be content and be able to like pay your bills and manage. So for instance, you're ready to go, okay, pay your bills and I've got all this extra spare cash, right? I can just blow that and that's free and I'll be fine. No, I'll blow that and then my car cops out and I need to get that fixed. But I've no money, so I still need to go to the bank of mum and dad to bail me out again. And I'm lucky I've got the bank of mum and dad. If I didn't have the bank of mum and dad, me and Steph would be screwed. And it was embarrassing. And this was going on right into my 20s. And I've still got friends to this day who don't know how to manage. They earn good money, but they like, it doesn't matter how much you earn. See how much you earn. The bank will just give you credit for everything. So your mortgage gets dearer, your cars get dearer. And you just get more debt that you don't know how to manage. So it's about living with things. I mean, as long as I can pay day to day and I can get by and I've got a wee extra for a bottle of Mad Dog and a bottle of Bucky at the end of the week, I'm happy. I'm happy days. I've got no debt. I've got a roof over my head. I've got my internet. I've got my TikTok. It's all good. It's all good. But they need to.
But I think that social media is to cause for that as well. So like, if you're taking somebody that has got flashcards and flash holidays and, you know, all this kind of clothes and whatever else, they could be up to their eyeballs in debt. You don't know about that because they're not showing you that side of them. They're showing you the flashcards and the holidays.
I was up to my eyeballs in debt. So that's what I said. See that big brand new house? A mortgage is 25 years of debt. That's not money. That's 25 years of debt. See a car that's paid off that you can afford, you can buy outright, or you're paying up a car. Paying up a car's debt on top of your 25 years of debt with your mortgage. Do you know what I mean? And then everything else, kick clubs and everything, and it all piles on. It all piles on. So I go in depth. It's like a 40-minute video of like our system that took us a really, really long time to work out. But it's on there. We put it up last year anyway.
What year? What's the YouTube channel? In case anybody wants to go and see it.
Yeah, my YouTube channel is M Terry Mirror Makeup, because I'm a makeup artist, and that's why I started it for doing wee makeup tutorials. Then it turns out a lifestyle. So I know that your YouTube channel is the one big walking advert for this eyeliner, eyeshadow. Do you know what I mean? And they want you to do reviews every week and the latest one's out. But here's the thing, unless you're a top big YouTuber, you're not going to get free products unfairly. You have to wait till it gets released. And when it gets released, do you know what? Your video's not going to get any views because all the top YouTubers had it a month before you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? For free. So it's a lot of bull. I just kind of do it for like vlogs and just kind of memories sort of thing. Instagram is all about the aesthetics, all about the filter. The models tell you themselves they don't look like that. They don't look like that. It's all. I don't like me on my Instagram. I don't like Instagram. I tell people you can follow on Instagram, but I'm crap at it. I'm really crap at it.
Paul loves it because he can't get a ban. It's the only place Paul can't get a ban.
I get my balls out. I get my arsehole out on my live on Instagram and everything. It was great.
Banned on YouTube. It's only TikTok. But the problem is TikTok's algorithm is the best out of them all. Nobody in no other platform can you have 0 followers and have a viral video. I tell everybody on TikTok, don't get worked up about your followers, because followers on this is smoke and mirrors. If your video's good, it'll go viral. You don't need followers. We have a backup channel because we've been banned on my lives and on my channel and his main channel, and we get more people on our lives now on his backup channel that's like 3,000. Just went 3,000.
It's because that's our followers. This is what I've found on Halsey, because I'm only saying this through experience, because I'm onto my 4th account. What you tend to find is, and see my 19.9 thousand follower page, you get maybe 16 or 17 people who like one video and go, oh, follow, but maybe not really watch it again, right? But you've maybe 2,000 or 3,000 who will bend over backwards to follow you. So they 2,000 or 3,000 have followed me everywhere. So I'm only on what 2,500 maybe on my account, right? But I can get into my 2,500 account and I've got 60, 70 people in a live. I was only getting 60, 70 people in a live on my 19,000.
I tell us, but it's
By
the
the way,
only
that is
way.
exactly it, man.
But
That's
of all
fucking
the
us.
social media accounts, Instagram, and we've done Instagram lives, and we've done it and well, I'm going to do like YouTube lives, but anyway,
Live on YouTube.
yeah, you can go live on YouTube. I have, of course. We've watched lives on YouTube. Watched Comic Book Girl go live. It was crap.
Well,
Didn't like it.
there was
We prefer
quite
it-
literally
I
about.
prefer YouTube edited. That's personally, I
Yeah.
prefer it edited. But I'll tell you this: it's the only algorithm where you can do that, and we're getting in at the ground up. This is still a very new app,
Mhm.
and a lot of people on YouTube, it was because they got in at the right time. They got
Yeah.
in when it was young and it was new, and so we're onto something, right? We might not be like, I don't know, Abby and Cole with 300,000, but we're still growing. We're still growing. I'm still getting viral videos. Do you know what I mean? I'm still onto something. I'm like, I'm ready as soon as I can. Quit my job, yes, and live my best life. Just doing wee TikToks all day. I'm ready. And as long as I can
Let's
pay
just
my
fly
bills
and get
and
people.
buy my Mad Dog and my bucket, I'm happy days.
That's
I'm
one
a
of my.
single-
See that's one of my favourite videos. As I said to Paul earlier, because we were watching some of your videos earlier, and the Bucky and the Mad Dog video is my favourite.
What's your name?
What's your name? I think that's just that's it. That's class.
I wanted to-
I love all the videos.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
all the funny
Have you
ones.
watched the Coca-Cola?
If you've watched the original guy doing it,
Aye, he's
Yeah.
brilliant, man.
Zipper and the dominoes.
He gives out all was it UPS, UPS and FedEx or something? He's doing it
Aye.
all.
I wanted to do one, see with the ones who are all fighting, and he wouldn't let me. I went, they'll take it as a laugh. They'll take it as a laugh. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And he's like, no, you're not doing that. I went, I'll be a laugh. Because that's what everybody's talking about. It's honestly on the page. He's like, no, we're not getting involved. I mean, fair enough, right? Whatever.
No, never,
Karen,
ever,
fair
ever.
enough.
So is that what you're kind of thinking, going towards the TikTok kind of goal is to leave your jobs and
100%.
become
I'm not
influencers?
about the bush. I'll be honest with
Wish
you.
that's fly
Sorry,
would get
you've got a
picked up.
stupid fly
You
in
can't
here.
see it. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to fucking eat it in a minute.
So
It's good protein.
I'm a makeup artist. I've assisted at London Fashion Week. I've worked at MAC. I've worked at Chanel. And you know, my aim was to get on like on an agency, and I'm working as a janitor now, right? And I see when I was working at MAC, a lot of people were talking about YouTube and doing makeup tutorials, and I was like, pure cheesy. Oh my god, I can't believe they're talking about that to MAC. like, how cheesy. Anyway, and I was dead snobby about it. And then I had a job interview, and they said that I didn't have what was it that I can't remember. But basically, like my terminology wasn't that my they said I wasn't customer friendly. Customer friendly doesn't mean like you're rude to them. It means you're like your terminology isn't customer friendly. So, for instance, if you are putting on, if somebody's reddish in the face, you would say they're English rose because that's customer friendly. You wouldn't say they're reddish in the face. You know, you wouldn't say someone's got sallow skin. You would say you've got olive complexion, right? That's customer friendly. So he was like, that's out of order. You're never rude. And I'm like, no, I know what they're talking about. It's the terminology. And I've got that down. So I was really annoyed that they said that. So I mean, I'm going to make some YouTube tutorials. I'm going to put it on my website. I had a makeup website at the time. And I'll have the link to YouTube. And it'll be tutorials. It'll be me with my freaking customer service terminology, being all friendly.
We all love shit.
Showing them how to do a winged eyeliner, right? Okay, screw you, right? That's what I'm going to do. And I went on, I started researching. I went, Steph, these lasses are making tens of like actual six figures, right? They're changing, like it's life changing money, and they're sitting in their bedroom with like 4 MAC eyeshadows. Are you kidding me on? I was like, right, I'm getting on this. Like this, sat working for a TV show, right? This is the dream job. This is it here. But like anything, it's a marathon. It's see the social media game. It's a marathon. It's no like you upload 3 videos and you go viral. It's no TikTok, right? It's anything but that. So
no.
I started doing my research, and it's like, I was like, right, okay, I'll do that. I'll do the slog 8-10 years. Like Nikki Tutorial, it took her 8 years before she broke in. So I was like, I'll do that. I'll just do that every week. I'll do my wee job and I'll do that, because this is, when you break in, it's a lottery win. Oh yeah, it really is. It's a lottery win. And then the TikTok thing only came about because my dance school had closed down during COVID, and they were wanting me to do Zoom classes, and I wasn't wanting to do Zoom classes. I said, look, I'll join TikTok. That's the dance app. And then when I joined it, I seen they were doing all these funny things, and I said, oh, Steph, it's such a laugh. Come on, we'll make a channel on your page and we'll do wee funny sketches for a laugh.
I don't know idea.
The first week we had 3 videos, went what I would class as viral. One was over 1 million. I went, Steph, this doesn't happen on any other social media. This is mental. And he woke up the next day, like he had literally was following 20 people, and he woke up the next day with 2,000 followers. Right? And I was like, this doesn't happen on any other platform.
Just for batting my wings.
And I went, at the moment,
Fucking cunt. Give me up.
so like that.
I wasn't literally batting, by the way. Check it.
So that was that, and I went, oh my god, I actually might. And then I was like, let's just keep going with it. And I said, if we hit 25k, we'll step it up. We hit 25k, so we stepped up to three videos a day. And I'm like, do you know what? This might not happen this year, but I think it could happen next year for us. I genuinely believe the way that we're going, and I'm all in. And I don't mind a bit of hustle. I'll do it. I love that. This is, see if you've got a hobby and you can make it your job, you'll never work.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm actually living my dream. That's honestly, I really hope all you the
I
best.
started watching you for the very beginning, like when I came on TikTok. So I've spoken about this before, but I came on TikTok because somebody in my work said to me, you should get TikTok. This was before lockdown, it was in February. And I'm like, I'll never fucking use TikTok. I put a video up of me, doing that thing, and it's like, and then you do that choppity chop thing, and you're supposed to be in the kitchen, right? So I done all that. And that hit like 30,000. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Now, I never used it because I was busy in my work, so I thought, I'll never use that again. And then due to COVID, obviously, I had to shield due to my asthma, so I then did start using it, and I love it because I've met so many amazing people on it. But yous were one of the first. I think yous were probably one of the first. It was like yourselves. Stephanie Burke was one of the first I ever watched, and I continued to watch, and I still have Stephanie. And there was and Little Stricken, that was probably the first 3 was used, and then I met Paul. Paul was because I duetted him. I seen a duet and I thought, I'm going to duet that. I love that song, Imagine Dragons. I'll duet that, no bother.
Plus, have you seen
Duetted
this?
it.
Everybody wants to see this.
Aye, I see it every week, Paul. Duetted it, and then Paul followed me, and then he was like, listen to it, no need to. I don't want to be sounding. He's like, I don't want to sound redirecting, but how did you get your profile picture like that? And I'm like, fuck's sake, all right, okay. I'm like, it's an app, hold on, I'll get you. And I sent him it. And then after that, we started dual living, like maybe about a month after. Started dual live. I'm like, there's that boy that asked me about the profile picture. So I started dual live.
Because I didn't do a live. I didn't do a live. No, it's not how you go live at 1,000 and then you go dual live at 5,000. Now, I didn't do my very first live until I hit 9,000. So I done just after 9,000.
I was like that. I never knew
it was my first ever live.
No way.
I
didn't know
I
you could
see
live either.
people saying that it's like crazy, like 7,000, 9,000. I didn't go live till. So obviously we were only on that week and he had 2,000 followers, and people were all the way Wayne's.
Go live.
Because all the way, this was the Wayne's app before the adults took over, and I'm the dance teacher, so I've got hundreds of Wayne's following me. So they're like, oh, get Steph to go live, get Steph to. I'm like, no, because I've seen like YouTube lives and they're crap, and I prefer edited stuff. And by the way, I've watched these lives and they're follow parties and let's do quizzes. I went, it's pure, like it's no us. That is no us. I'm not doing it. And then about a couple of weeks later, I went, we were getting hounded to go live, and I went, right, Steph, let's just. And we did right up to like only a few weeks ago. No, till we had 25. We only went on once a week. Right, I'll tell you how it went. We said, right, fine, we'll go live, but I mean, I'm not doing this for fall parties or quizzes. Let's just get pissed and have some karaoke, right? Let's do it stehntonic style, okay? So,
basically, it's like, let's show everybody our own Friday night, because that is what we do.
and I mean, let's just.
That is our Friday night.
I said,
so let's
and we'll
put it
go
out
on a scheduled time, the same time every night, and everybody will know. And that'll be like our wee segment. And that's what we did. And then when I hit my first 1,000, I didn't bother with my page. My baby, I was working on the baby. I would just every so often throw some dances up on my page. So eventually I hit 1,000 when you hit 10,000. And he goes up like 1,000 a week. So you know, well, I guess 8 weeks later, I hit 1,000. He hit 10,000. So I went, I need to do a live now. Now I can go live. I need to do a live. So Sunday will be a different vibe. We'll do some like
sober Sundays.
Sunday brunch. We love cooking, right? We'll do Sunday brunch. We'll do a mukbang. We'll eat food porn, right, for the guys, right? That's what we'll do. Right. Right. People love it. I swear, going to 30 people on, no talking, and just watch me eat noodles all day there. Sickos, right?
You keep that for OnlyFans.
So
My first ever live, like I said, I was only going to do a Monday and a Thursday or a live, and then I literally done the Monday, and then I was on the Tuesday, then I was on the Wednesday. I went, fuck it, I'm live every night.
Live, by the way.
When he's drunk, I need to I'm like, right, we're on at 9, we're on for 2 hours. Steph, it's 11 o'clock. We said, one more song. He's like,
4 to 12, we're still
he's
sitting there.
oh dear, doesn't know
Get a gambler on.
He doesn't know why he came at the end of the night. He's like, no, one more song. And
I fucking
so
love it.
anyway,
I love it. I love it.
So that was that. So when we had 25, I was like, right, everybody, like you see people, their own lives every single night for hours. Steph, we are not putting out. It's like anywhere close to the content they're doing. We're not going on lives every week, every night. I mean, what we'll do, because we find it hard sober talking. We can talk a lot of pish when we're drunk, when we are pished, right? But sober talking to a bunch of strangers, I find difficult. So, and I tell them, I say, I don't know how people can go in this for hours and talk to you sober. I can't. So I said, right, we're going to do half an hour. Half an hour we use every day, a wee chat, half an hour, how you doing? Ask us anything, we'll tell you. We'll tell you no lies. And that's what we've been doing. A wee walk in the park. We go our daily walk. We're still like COVID walks in the park every day. We do a half-hour walk. We go live when we're doing it, and we do 3 videos. And when we go hit 30, and I said this the other day on my live, I said we're going to up it to 4. So we were going up 1,000 a week. We wanted to do an experiment. Since we started doing 3 videos a week, we're going up 1,500. And we're doing half an hour lives every day. So I said, we'll go 4 videos, we'll see how we get. And so on. The aim, my aim, I would love to get 3,000 a week. That would be my aim. And I'm going every 5,000.
You better get these fucking puppies. I better get my fucking puppies out.
But it can happen. Like, so see when my papa took off, and Paul will tell you this, like, I was going up 1,000 a day, wasn't I? It was just every day, I was going up 1,000.
Big time, yeah.
That is amazing.
It was bonkers, and I was like, what the fuck?
See the other night when you were on with Wee Glasgow, right? And we came on and we were in Wee Glasgow's live, and you went, I can't believe you owned if you get stehntonic here. And I'm actually watching their me.
I'm watching you!
I was like a fucking mad fanboy. I was like, I can't believe Stens is watching us.
Do you know what? I just came into my work. Chris was on a live with Wee Glasgow, and so the I Love Stacey, and I just ate my dinner, and I was watching it. It was the one when you were drinking that dragon soup, saying we were advised to try and drink this, and like your faces said that all the 2 of you were like, right? And I was pissing myself, and then I ended up on, and I told you this, I seen you doing that, a copy of that dance where you had to intertwine each other and fucking, right? So I was like, what the hell? And I was watching that, and Chris was on that live, and I heard Glasgow saying, oh, hi, stehntonic, and then he jumped over to Chris, and I'm like, hold on a minute, I've seen him from the very beginning. I was like, I've watched them from the beginning. How the fuck are they in your life? I've never seen them on my live. I'm fuming. I was raging. I mean, I took the phone to that.
That's it. We support the wee TikTokers. We love, like, honest to God.
I love wee Glasgow. I love State. She's fucking awesome.
Honest to God, we love
Love
the we
Stacey.
give support out to the. I just love to stick up for the wee man. Do you know what I mean? Like they're the ones that you would be nothing without. You really wouldn't.
Aye.
And just give them a shout and I try and give everybody. I don't want to come off as a know-it-all, but I try and give them as much advice of what we do and help them out as much as I can. I always say, like, just get a brass neck. I went, don't do a stupid TikTok dance. You're not going to get views on it. Do a TikTok dance in a public place. You'll blow up. You don't need followers. You don't need followers. Like, I try and give as much advice as I possibly can. And I was like, do you know, food ones, like, are amazing. Satisfaction videos. Like, people, we have tried so many times, we fail at satisfaction, but
Aye.
we don't pigeonhole ourselves.
Royally, we fail.
You know the reason why you and your granddad are like, it's because it's real, because it's real. That, and TikTok is the realest freaking app you can get, and people love it. It's raw. It's a real guy at 97 years old, just effing and blinding. They love the bond you've got, right? That's all they are. That's endearing. They love that. Do you know what I mean?
You see today, right? So I've had so many people over the last 6 months saying, "Oh, I'd love to send your papa a bottle of whiskey, all this shit, right?" And I don't have a wish list, I don't have any of that pish, right? And I'm like, "No, I'm not taking a bottle of whiskey. You can send him a wee card," and I get them to send it to my address because nobody's getting his address, right? So I'm like, "Right, you can send it to me, and I'll take it over to him, a card or a letter or something, or somebody's. I've had emails and stuff, right?" So anyway, this particular, like, I've had various people, but this particular woman followed me from the beginning. She keeps saying it and keeps saying it. So and I said to my papa at the beginning, "Oh, I've got so many women that keep me," because he's got a massive woman following. He fucking loves it. He's got like 76% female, so he's in his element at that. And he's like, I'm like, "Oh, these women are asking to send you whiskey." At the beginning, he was like, "Not a chance, that's a redneck, I would never do that." Anyway, the day in the car, I'm like, "Oh, I've had 3 women this week asking about sending you a bottle of whiskey," because I have, right? And he was like, "When are they fucking sending it then?"
Yeah.
Hurry up, I'm fucking drifting here.
He's like, "I'll write a list of my favourite whiskies down."
Big 50 pounds.
Aye, probably. I'm like, "That'll not be the stuff that you're stealing out of Morrison's in a week."
That was brilliant, that video. Seeing the one, it was,
I just, honestly, it's so endearing, and see stuff like that's viral stuff. So I'm trying to tell people, like, this is the stuff. Do you know what's at the bottom of my pile of what my expectations that will go viral? Lip syncs and dancing. That's what this app is known for, lip syncs and dancing. Yeah, it's at the bottom of my pile of videos that we put out that we think will go viral. It's at the bottom. Having a brass neck, and some of my videos I do, like one of them was running up and down the queue at Asda, right, with people with their masks, and they were all separated, and it got 1,000 views, and that was the most brass neckest one I've done, and I corrected it.
See the faces we got for that, by the way.
People are like, I don't know. Anyway, that only got 1,000, but then you get other ones that blow up. Do you know what I mean?
But then I like the one that you've done, and basically it's like you don't know what you're getting to wear, and Steph slipped your hood in them both like that.
So that's the trending page, and I tell people are like, "Oh, that's going to be a trend." I'm like, "Do you know
it already is the trend.
Do you know check the trending page? It's on the trending page. It's a people own it. Like, check.
I don't even know where the trending page is. Like, I don't use TikTok for that.
How can you have 19,000 followers? You don't know what the trending page is?
Because I take my clothes off.
He takes his clothes off and then he gets a ban. And he says,
"Right, you do the rabbit, I do the shark, right?"
What's the rabbit coming?
He doesn't know what the rabbit is.
You better get the toys of it. That's the trend.
Right, you don't know what the trend is. Paula, teach him. You're your bestie. Show me.
See when you go on your thing, just hit discover down the bottom, and there's all your trending ones.
That's your trending page.
And you'll get
Disney,
the author.
the only trend that Paul
I
knows.
have my notes, and
So is that the second page? Is that it there?
Yeah,
Aye,
Yeah.
but the hashtag trending. And
So
which, and that,
And you need to get hashtags to use for it. But like TikTok give you hashtags to use in all your videos.
Right, okay.
That's the trending hashtag that week.
Paul basically
yeah,
relies
that's
on me. Paul relies on me to give him a trend. So me and Paul one time had a dual live. I was hanging, he was hanging, and he's like, I was like, right, Paul, listen, all the women want to see you doing a Diet Coke advert. And that resulted in him then doing a trend every day. It was a Diet Coke, and it was Magic Mike, and it was fucking Nawab. And
Oh, see him in the shower?
So,
The best one's in the shower with fucking Justin Timberlake. But so
see, behind Paul's videos is really me telling Paul, this is what people want you to see you
take your
doing,
clothes off,
Paul.
Paul.
That's the same. Paula, we're the brains. We're the brains.
And I'm the beauty.
What the fuck am I?
Oh, Reza, we just love you. Always in the comment. We
I
love you.
can't help myself.
No, I would say, so my bestie went to the fag counter on Asda, and the wee lass in the fag counter, I'm just going to name and shame. Audrey, I'm naming and shaming.
On yourself, Audrey.
Audrey, I
Audrey,
love
cut it.
Audrey, don't worry.
I went to school with that lassie.
Aye, we've known her for years. She's brand new, we love her. So she
fucking won't live us in a minute.
no, I
Has she lived in? Is she living her golden life?
She turned around, she went, I think, she's talking to my best pal, and she's going, I think, I love their TikToks, but I think she spoils them. I prefer the ones that he does. And she's like, it's Terry that comes up with them all.
Oh.
She obviously fancies
And she's like, oh, really? But
Yes, big man, love it. Yeah, that's the stuff I'd come out with.
the thing is, I think I did at the start. Steph was like, I don't know what to do, which shall I do? And I was like, don't do that, don't do that. Yeah, do that one. I would probably come up with about 90%. See, now Steph gets it, and we're like bouncing off each other. We'd probably say it's about 70% I come up with, and he'd come up with 30%. I just, and
Definitely
he gives me the
50-50.
idea, but I'm good at coming up with, like, how do we make it our own? How do we
a wee spin.
because that's
See, that's the thing. Paul needs a woman like that. Paul needs somebody to tell him this kind of thing, because basically, even with the podcast, I arrange all the guests, right? I've got the next 3 weeks arranged, and I tell Paul,
I'm getting Natty Dread.
and you got Natty Dread. That's the one and only person that Paul's ever got, and it was only because I said to Paul, actually, you messaged her last week. I think you should ask her, because I have had, like, I arranged Paul Keaton's, I arranged everybody else. I'm like, I have arranged everyone, so it's up to, and then Paul just normally drove me, and that was fine. It worked that way. So I feel like I'm. Although Paul's older than me, I actually feel like I'm Paul's older sister.
That's
I feel
'cause
like
I'm
I'm
young,
just
'cause
his
I look
sister
young,
that
I
looks
feel
out for
young.
him.
And I act young.
Should I sell the code?
Yeah.
Cheeky bastard.
So it's been an absolutely fabulous podcast. Thank you so much, Stehntonic. You honestly, I hadn't really heard about yous, but fuck me, yous are now one of my favourites. And obviously, Paul, you really are. Paul's no on the live anymore because his laptop ran out of battery. So we're going to say our cheery byes and end the podcast there. So
thank you for having us on. It meant the world, meant absolute world.
Honest,
Right, pure
Anything.
overwhelmed.
I love you
Love
so,
you
by the
so
way.
much.
so
Thank you.
it's cheery bye for me.
And it's shit by for me.
And it should have been me.
And me. Bye.
And bye.